About 25 years ago, I learned a simple chord technique that really changed the way I approach soloing and playing rhythm. And it made me a more musical player too. Something in this magical book. I'm going to show it to you today in this video. You probably don't know this about me, but in the 1990s I played a lot of bluegrass. And before you click away, just know that there are a ton of great musicians in bluegrass. So many of them are super nice and willing to show you what they know. And I learned a lot. Anyway, in 1998 I went to a bluegrass guitar workshop taught by the author of this book, Orrin Starr. And I just sat there slack-jawed listening to him open up the workshop with his play. It was so forceful and so bell-clear. I hadn't heard anything like it before or since. And let me tell you, it just made you want to laugh and smile. It was so good. I'll tell you in just a second something I took away from this book and that workshop. But I wanted to let you know I got to know Orrin a little bit before he passed. And he played mandolin and banjo equally well. Just an amazing player. And he passed away in 2017, but I've linked a video where he teaches and plays Whiskey Before Breakfast, and you'll just see and hear his musicianship shines through, and his kindness and teaching abilities really do too. So check that link out after you're through with this video. So what did I learn in that workshop? Well, it was something that Orrin called doodles, or that I call chord moves. What are they? They're just simple lead lines that spring out of common chord shapes, usually little chords like triads or partial chords. And you can use them to fill up a solo or fill up a rhythm part or to get around the neck really easily. Here's an example of what I mean. We take a simple chord shape, maybe this, and then we play a lick that's based on that chord shape, maybe something like this. That was kind of Hendrixy, not bluegrass at all. But here's where a lot of people start to say things like, wait a second, what scale does this come from and what notes can and can't I play? And a lot of people end up getting stuck because of that. Instead, just accept that this is a little chord that you can see and understand and move about the fretboard really easily, and use that to create licks that you think sound good and sound good with the music that you're trying to play. Let's apply this to blues rock with just two of these simple chord doodle shapes. First, let's have a look at this little shape, which is based on the larger E-shaped bar chord. This is probably my favorite chord doodle shape to play out of. It's so versatile. Not only can you play R&B out of it, but you can play blues, and you can even play jazz. And believe me, if you spend time with this shape, you'll find a treasure trove of your own licks that you can play over it. Now, we could just use this particular shape to go up and down the neck, but instead, let's learn one more shape so we can be more effective and efficient. Here's another favorite of mine, which is based on an A-shaped bar chord. Again, we could doodle around and find licks, maybe something like this. Or something like this. But is that really enough? Let's find out. Here's a 12-bar blues solo totally based on doodles. If you want to learn more simple tricks that you can use to sound more musical, click here. Because it's not about avoiding theory, it's about getting the most of it to be able to apply it to the music that you love. So click here and we'll see you in the next video. We'll see you on down the road.